I thought I had added some new plays. See, I got power now. There's only one power play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch out.
I can't go out of that. I need to get out of that.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a first carry for their fullback. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Sammy!
Bree's going to throw. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas.
Oh, Mike.
Down the 4-yard line, tackled there. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 40. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They run with Murray, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing now is Breeze. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Looking long for Thomas, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A.J. Klein. A sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing in too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
Come on, defense. Hook up. Come to collect.
And he goes down. Tomorrow Davis coming in for the sack that time. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep.
Bro,
this is taken in. It's complete.
Eli out. That's a tight end.
Usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. On 2nd down, Ingram. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
This nigga just went for 4 for 30.
We're scoreless after 1.
This nigga got to be
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. on second down now. It's Ingram. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. Here's Jackson to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams.
This guy really, he's not picking a field goal. He bad though.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Not the 20
to the 22-yard line.
Look how
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on that last drive, Whitford on fourth turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze.
I'm lagging.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Package of protection here or sequel. Nope.
They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10.
You can't block me.
Here's Breeze. And this one complete to Smith.
And
getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Know how you have
Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Camara.
Oh, yeah. Decline.
They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
They come up in an offset eye. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. They'll run with a fullback, Zach Line. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Opposite. Switch it. Come on, switch it. You go tight. You go, team. Spill.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Tighten up. Watch twist.
To throw again on second down. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one.
What up, Z?
Dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
47.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete.
Hold on, bro. I'm kind of drunk.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Jackson.
See, I think he quick hike.
Goes down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To try again after the sack. Jackson. And I think the ball's out.
No,
but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And now it's 2nd down. Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. Looking deep downfield. All the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown in the final seconds of the first half as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to just...
He's got it with the 15. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens.
Oh, I like doing that.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And where have we seen this before from Sean Payton?
That's ambush. We've seen that. What was it, Super Bowl 44?
44.
Right? New Orleans against the Indianapolis Colts. Right after the half, they get it done. I'm so sorry to jump in. I just violated partner and booth etiquette 101.
If you come in with an ambush and you come in strong like that, I feel like it's justified.
My apologies, but boy, what a play.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sheldon Rankins forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson.
Thank you,
He's
some
going to
lagging
go down
ball.
again. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. This will be caught by Brown. There he goes, right side. In for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On first down, Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. That's good for 28 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
10 yards, good for a Saints first down.
Ready? 95-56. 21.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze.
Let's go.
It's Thomas. It's a touchdown.
Mike. I want to be like Mike.
Michael Thomas with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
They just mistake team
They'll
twice.
take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Come on, put him back there.
Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I'm a listen.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line.
I'm just looking at stuff, yeah.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run it with Kamara. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Check. Let's get off the field, D.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Saints have taken the lead. Looks good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. And boy, figure this one out. Leading here in the 4th, and now they're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
That's right.
He's just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. He'll have a first down inside the 10. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
You know, as a defensive guy, I don't normally do this, Brandon, but a tip of the cap to the offensive coordinator. Design quarterback run at this stage of the 4th quarter when I expected him to throw the ball, and he got a first down.
Yeah, trailing this stage of the 4th quarter. Picked up the first, stopped the clock, too.
Yeah, sometimes there's some guts in play calling when you go against the grain because you know you could easily be criticized if it doesn't work out.
Hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. This time Jackson will throw it. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Now this time he'll look to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
I even changed that.
Marquise Brown there to make the grab. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Breeze finding Kamara.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, box truck.
Now Breeze. And he whips that one incomplete there. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now Breeze. The open man is Smith. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Breeze now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. 10 yards, good for his Saints. 1st down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the ground, this is Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. And that's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Back to throw, Breeze. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. I'll get him.
Here's Jackson. This is going to be intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Here we go. Here we go. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw, it's Breeze. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, they took a shot there and tried to get it downfield, 4th quarter tie game.
Tried to get it in one chunk, didn't they? Wanted to get into field goal range, as you noted, but good reactions back deep, forcing the incompletion.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater.
That's caught at the 25. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this?
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew...
Man, let's go.